A large percentage of people don't have a will. In fact, it can be as high as 75% of adults in the United States, depending on the survey you read. This is tragic because wills aren't just for the rich or elderly. If you own real estate, have minor children, or don't want state inheritance law to govern how your property will be distributed on your death, you absolutely should have some type of estate planning. Yet, many people still struggle to dedicate the time and money toward drawing up a will. In this video, we'll cover 5 of the most common reasons people decide to put off drawing up a will, and why these reasons are often not valid. One of the top reasons people don't draw up a will or estate plan is because they don't think they need one to distribute their assets when they pass away. Maybe you have a relatively small estate. Maybe you set up alternative estate planning tools that you believe will cover your bases. Maybe you've made verbal promises to friends or family about your wishes for when you pass. Unfortunately, these are typically not good reasons to skip drawing up a will. Even small estates can benefit from clear estate planning. Sure, you may be able to pass along some assets with alternative estate planning tools like beneficiary or payable on death designations, joint tenancy with right of survivorship ownership, or similar arrangements. But that may not always be the best option, especially for real estate. It's best to have a will at least as a backup for any assets that may fall through the cracks, even if your estate isn't very big. Additionally, if you want specific property to go to specific people, the only way to be sure this happens is to provide for it in a will. Verbal promises you have made to others are unenforceable. You never know what might happen after you pass. The second top reason people don't draw up a will is that they think they're too young to need one. Wills are often associated with the elderly. This is unfortunate because younger people, particularly those with children, have as much need for a will as older folks do. One of the most important functions a will serves is to assign surviving children a guardian of the person. This is the person who will provide care and custody to your child if both parents are gone. If you didn't draw up a will before you passed, you will have no say about who is appointed guardian of your children or their estates. It will be entirely up to the court. This can lead to family fights and could result in a decision you may have disagreed with. Another benefit to drawing up a will is that you can set parameters for how and when your children will receive their inheritance. You can even make it dependent on a child obtaining certain grades, school attendance, remaining drug-free, and the like. Another popular reason people don't draw up a will is that they think it's going to be too complicated. Getting a will done is usually quite simple. Most attorneys have questionnaires or forms you can fill out to simplify the process. The hardest part may be making difficult decisions, like who you want to administer your estate, who you would want to be guardians for minor children, to what age you want children's trusts to continue, and whether you have any conditions you want to place on specific beneficiaries receiving inheritance. Usually, 1 or 2 fairly short visits with an attorney are all you need to create your estate planning documents. Another common reason people don't draw up a will is the misconception that preparing a will is too expensive. A simple will, where your estate is left to your spouse or to your children if your spouse passes away first, generally costs around $750 to $1,000 per person in Texas. This may sound like a good chunk of change, but compared to the added expense your surviving loved ones will face to probate your estate if you don't have a will, the cost of getting a will prepared is significantly less. You can pay a fee now, or your family will pay a whole lot later in fees and expenses. You could try to prepare your own will using LegalZoom, online forms, or AI to save money, but these options don't explain your choices and the ramifications of those choices. You may create an even bigger mess in the long run. Your heirs can end up spending far more straightening out the mess after you are gone than you might have saved by not going to an attorney to start with. The last reason people choose not to draw up a will is the misconception that state law will take care of everything for you. True, state law will govern how your property is distributed if you don't have a will, but it is according to a strict statutory outline that cannot be contested or altered. Many people have no idea what state law says about the distribution of their property if they die without a will. If you have a blended family, family members with different or special needs, family members with addictions, or an overbearing spouse, this can lead to serious issues. Most people would not be happy with all of the provisions for the intestate distribution of their property. Plus, your survivors may not receive anything without a lot of expense, delay, and court involvement to get it if you don't have a will. While setting aside the time and money to draw up a will may seem overwhelming, in many cases the process is far less stressful and expensive than you might think. When you consider the fact that drawing up a will can save your family substantial money, heartache, and arguments after you pass, it is well worth the cost. If you live in Texas and would like to discuss your estate planning, reach out to Adair Buckner to get started today.